Hello and welcome to another episode of what are we, the Red, White, and Blues Chelsea podcast or some shit. I don't know what the hell we are anymore these days.
I
That was
forgot our name.
yeah, I forgot our name because it's what team do we cheer for? I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's a great question, Daniel. What team?
Yeah,
What is there a team?
At this point I don't think there is. The majority of the team's been thrown under the bus by Maresca at this point in time. We have a great pattern of losing matches that we're really good at. But yeah, this is going to be another positive episode. I'm Daniel. He's Jason. This is the Red, White, and Blues podcast, as always. But yeah, Chelsea loses again to Aston Villa. Shocker? No, not really. I think we both predicted a loss.
Oh yeah, let me. While we talk about that, our listeners are gonna be so confused at that first
Yeah, it was our protest. We're joining in solidarity with the protest tomorrow, which I guess we can talk about later on.
So is Cliff. He's protesting.
Yeah, Cliff. Yeah, Jason has forbid Cliff from going out anymore, and Cliff is protesting.
One day I'll tell everybody what Cliff got up to last episode. It's not pretty, man. It's not. I'm not going to embarrass him tonight, but one day when we have a Patreon, that'll be
special.
Yeah, that'll be a Patreon /Cliff special edition story.
I like that. I mean, he really looks like he is a kid that is in timeout in the corner. I mean, like legit just looks like a kid hanging his head in sorrow and shame.
Dude, it was basically like expletive Maresca thrown in between like all weekend. He was driving me insane.
Oh, Cliff.
I mean, I get it. I also feel the same way, but like I was just trying to figure out what's for dinner. And we couldn't even figure that out. We basically had to have fend for yourself nights.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Good old Cliff. He's always one of the boys. He's always hanging in there. He's always supporting the team. Whatever.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
He just gets in trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear pants ever. You should really talk to him about that, Jason.
Yeah.
You really should put some pants on.
Oh man, Daniel.
You got the score right, didn't you? You got the score right, didn't you?
You did.
What? I did?
Yeah.
I thought I predicted 3-1. I predicted 2-1?
I think I have 2-1 written down.
Well, then we'll go by that. Yes.
We're currently tied.
We're tied. Yes. That means you're going to get the score right for the match tomorrow, then.
I'm so happy one of us is happy.
I'm happy we lost. Yes, because I got the prediction right. Yes.
I know. That's our only like. I predicted 2-0.
2-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, we follow the script, man. We score, then we concede 2. It's the script. It's like
you know what's really sad is that we're still 7 points ahead of last season.
Look, it's all going to come crashing down the last 6 matches of the season because that's when Poch went on his little win streak. But here's the thing, we have Southampton tomorrow and we have Leicester on the weekend. If we don't get 6 points out of this, the season's officially it's in the books, it's cooked, it's done. Just whatever.
I
almost want to say that now before the match.
You're right. You're right. I think you're absolutely right. I don't even know where we go from here. Like, Maresca has no answers. The dude needs to look at himself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm glad we tried something new, but like,
didn't work.
I don't care how new the formation is if the team is still like that is how many times you sent me the stat. How many times has that been that we've gone up in like the first 15 minutes and then proceeded to lose the match?
Oh, I believe it is. I have it right here. Hold on. We've dropped 13 points from winning positions in the last 9 league matches.
That to me is the worrying thing. Like it'd be one thing if we were losing we still wouldn't be happy about it. I understand. I'm not going to pretend that I'd be happy about losing, right? But it'd be one thing if we were losing, but we like really tried.
We tried for the first 15 minutes, Jason.
That's true. We got a goal.
We did.
And
we tried, got a goal.
There just
and
is.
Then we quit.
There's a mental block that's happening. Maresca definitely doesn't have a good halftime speech. I don't know what the hell he's doing in there. Like, there is no leadership on the pitch. I mean, all the things we've been saying since right before Christmas, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are still there. I don't know where there is no. Chelsea is always this way. Maybe every team is. I don't know. We're getting real existential here because, like, there is no hope. Like, if they're not drumming it up within themselves, and like really this has become an all too common conversation over the last several years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know where the mental block is, and really, like, it's one. The other thing is, these players are going to get tired of this in the same way that we are, and they're to blame. And so they're probably even in more of denial. And Maresca, the team is to blame. But like, what happens is, like, if we are not fostering like a good, competitive, winning, positive environment, I don't care how many rugby coaches you bring in. Like, that's not what we're doing, right? Like, if we're not doing that, these players will want to leave. Like, players like Cole Palmer, who are like would be kind of are in a way club legends, right?
It could be if he stays and wins some trophies, and for sure.
These fan favorites that like are just like right in the fuzzy area of like, well, I mean, I guess I'm dropping the definition of what a club legend is at this point because we're talking about legendary performances in a really horrible system and team right now, but like
correct.
But like, they're gonna leave, man. Like, I don't care how many young people we have waiting in the wings. Like, we don't have a leadership structure at this club, and we don't have anybody in the dressing room that is drumming up the positivity that is actually leading on the pitch, that is bringing to this team the intangibles that it needs to believe in themselves during the game. We don't have that. And that is the thing that's going to be the hardest to build. And I don't think we ever really had it this season, but we were winning, so it masked that.
Yeah.
But now we're in a situation where, like, we've hit that point in the season where we need somebody to keep the mentality going. Mm-hmm. And Maresca clearly shows he can't do it from the top. And so that I think, like, if we were going to like sum it up or come up with a simple solution like that, or like a very like one thing to change, that would be what I would think, like just observationally. And I didn't even watch the second half of the match. And I would say that kind of shit was evident all throughout the first half, even though we scored a goal. Yeah. And even though we were pretty positive going forward in the first 15 minutes, we are sloppy in the midfield. We're sloppy in all ways that we have complained about all season. Like, we don't have to relitigate some of this shit.
Yeah. We don't have a striker. Let's just start there. Because
that's bad luck, Daniel, not bad planning.
Yeah, so you know. That's true.
I lost your audio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you back.
Okay, cool. Our director of football did not sign a striker in the January transfer window. Okay, whatever that is. Number two, Reece James had an outing with the team last week, so clearly that did absolutely nothing.
They had their own Ted Lasso in Europe moment.
Yeah, exactly. They're on Ted Lasso that didn't work.
Who would Reece James be going on a bike ride with on our team?
Well, Conte's not there anymore, so I don't really know who he'd be on a bike ride with. Who knows? I don't know.
I like to think of Willie Caballero having like a drug-induced trip, though. around wherever they win.
Oh man,
I would watch that anyway.
Ted Lasso, great show.
Yeah.
What else? Maresca. This is the thing that bothers me. 1 week he has no pressure to make Champions League, then the next week it's the goal to make Champions League, and now if reports are coming out if he doesn't make Champions League, he might be fired. Like, what the hell?
This same shit happened last season. This same shit happened with Poch last season.
Yeah.
They moved the goalpost to whatever, and then Poch still exceeded the goalpost, and they fired him.
Yep. With that 30-page report from our directors of football.
This is wild.
This just shows how poorly run the club is from the top down. Like how we have a model. The model clearly doesn't work, and yet we're gonna stay with the model that doesn't work. But to the point of the model not working, it doesn't work to win matches. But it works to line the pocketbooks of Clear Lake, which is the whole point of Chelsea. So it's to line their pocketbook. So what it is. What it is doesn't work for us fans. It works for their pocketbooks, though. Whatever.
Yeah. Somehow without a shirt sponsor, they're able to pull all this shit off. Yeah.
The most egregious thing, we talked about that for weeks now. The most egregious thing at this club is that we don't have a shirt sponsor.
It is. And
even
that to me is one of like the telltale signs of how bad this club is run. Like all the things you said, but like that is like the literal on display or
every week it's on display.
Yeah. Like the other stuff we infer sometimes, we get vibes, like whatever, and like we read the tea leaves some ways. Yeah. But like that way is like definitive.
It's in your face.
Yes, that is unreal. I'm gonna kick my desk here. I'm gonna get so mad about it. So I'm gonna stop. But
here's the thing. Like we can get Bowley's company, Vivid Sports, to put an arm patch sleeve on there, but we couldn't get him to sponsor the front of the shirt while he's selling Chelsea tickets on the side for ridiculously marked up prices to fans. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's something we haven't even talked about on this podcast yet. So.
We were already in joke territory with this club. We're there.
It keeps going. It just gets worse and worse. It's something every week comes out. Like it was like a couple weeks ago, it was the whole Bowley. They found out he owns Vivid and seats, and that, there's Chelsea tickets going on there. So it's like, is Bowley shadily taking tickets from Chelsea and selling them which happens by artists all the time. Like it's a proven fact that in the American music industry, it's a very common thing for artists to hold tickets back and sell them for an exuberant price on Ticketmaster, on the secondary market, whatever. It's happened. It's been proven. So it wouldn't shock me. Is there proof? No. So whatever. Then this week with the whole Maresca crap, but Champions League, no Champions League, is he going to be fine? The hell, like nobody knows. I don't know. It's just one thing after another. There was a civil war at one point this season too. Don't forget that happened.
This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed. I think we are an embarrassment of a club right now.
Oh, 100.
We have been, but like it's. I just never think they can find new lows, and they always find new lows.
They always find them, and just wait. Something's going to happen. I guarantee. Like this protest is happening tomorrow. They're gonna probably stick their foot in their mouth or something with it, because the word is, from listening to other podcasts and stuff in the Chelsea community that actually have connections and stuff like that, they don't give a flying flip about this protest. They don't care.
Yeah.
They just don't, which
I can see.
Obviously they don't care about it because it doesn't affect them. I don't know.
Well, like those protesters will just be right back at the match.
Yeah, they're going to literally walk to the match. Is that what
it is? It is a fine line, right? Like, because if you boycotted the match, you wouldn't be as good of a fan as you say you are. Like, that's the line, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But that's the thing. Like, the only thing that's going to get to them, unfortunately, is money.
Yeah.
And the only way we can vote is with not going to the match. But then we have our pride and we love our club. So, like, we wouldn't do that. And they know that. And they take advantage of it. And that's the difference. That's the difference between them and Roman, is that they take advantage of the fact that they know we're going to spend money because we love the club. And they don't love the club with us and come alongside us and try to build something cool. Yeah. They and for whatever Roman was, like, you can't deny that he like loves this club. Like, it came out a little while back, like he's still pretty incensed about the whole thing because he like genuinely loved the club. And he didn't. I mean, he sank $1 billion of money into it. I mean, like, he wasn't like that. And like, we can talk about the sports washiness of it all. But at the end of the day, like, he loved the club, and that was nice to have somebody at the top making decisions that built a coalition around him. And then when they came out with the thing, they were all in agreement with the thing that they said. And now we don't even have that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I have some rose tinted colored glasses on, and that's fine. But these guys don't love the club.
They don't.
It's a piggy bank to them, and it always has been. And you've been championing that ever since we started this podcast, because this podcast has existed in this era. And so, that's the thing that's the saddest part about it.
Well, I mean, like, it's just like, it's not, and that's my thing. Is like, people saying that, they cared about the club. Okay, but they're an investment firm. Their job is to make money. That's what they do. It's not that difficult to understand what they're doing with our club. And the fact that they've sold off asset after asset after asset after asset. And then the reports, if you believe, now they're coming from not as credible Chelsea sources. So
not Matt Law.
Not Matt Law. Not Matt Law.
Not Law. One day we're gonna get to hang out with Matt Law and we're gonna be all good friends. But like, until that day, he's gonna take shit from us.
Yeah. He literally came out on X of the day and was like, "Nah, I don't take any money from the club. I'm completely independent." Like,
that was the first. He did a Ask Me Anything on Reddit. That was the first.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, it's like, if you have to answer that question, and
sorry, but, I derailed you. Sorry.
No, it's all good. But I'm always here for Matt Law banter. I don't care. I'm always here for it. But like, the news isn't coming from like an Ornstein or like Ben Jacobs. I'll throw Alex in there for he does have sources, but that they have taken out a loan that nobody knows about for like I think it's like, I forgot how many millions of pounds it is. I was trying to find it while you were talking, but I couldn't find how long in it or how much loan is. But apparently they have taken out a loan. I think it's 1.5 billion, but I don't want to. No, that's how much we've spent. I don't remember how much. It's a shit ton of money. Regardless,
the shirt sponsorship could have helped them with that, though.
Yeah, could have.
They could have had some of it.
Yeah. So I mean, the point is that if they have taken out this loan and it's not public knowledge yet, and eventually it'll. I would assume after PSR comes out and whenever they release that and later on, that it'll be, it'll come out then. But whatever. It is what it is. It's just such a poorly run club at this time. It's just a joke.
Well, there's, everybody has higher motives and lower motives to what they're doing, right? Like, I don't think like anything really lives in the vacuum, or like there's not too many like singular decisions happening, right? And so, like, I'm not going to say that they don't want us to win. I would think that they would want to. I would just think that the higher motive is money. And how can they milk the club for the money? And then the lower motive is, well, if we win, then great.
Yeah.
But if we're going to make as much money as we can, and we're going to do it in all these ways that we've outlined tonight, and there's a million other ways that have happened for them to try to milk us, for money, then that's the highest motive, right? And so like if winning, if that's flip flopped, right, and if winning is the highest motive, I think there's a lot of things that follow that mentality that they would say they want from the club, and you would actually get money if you won.
Yeah.
Like if you invested in the club in the right way, and you made Champions League, and you actually got a shirt sponsor, which is egregious, and you invested in the right talent, but you still were, like farming the talent in the way that you want to, or like you could still have a multi-club model and still want to win.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like none of this stuff has to exist without the winning. The problem is they've just flipped the priorities. So the higher motive is, maybe this will be a good blog post, but for me, the guy doesn't help around here, but like the higher motive is, and we've said it since day one, the higher motive for them, and to your point, they are an investment firm, is profit and money. And that means they will do anything to get that, depending on how easy it is. And right now, winning is not the easy way. So that's not the thing they're investing in. And they still think they can like put a good model on. And I'm just saying, like, these players are going to get tired of playing here, but that they've got them locked into 7-year contracts. So I don't know, man. If I was a player and I was staring down a 7-year contract at Chelsea, and I was watching how this club went for the last 3 years, I would start to think maybe I'm going somewhere different.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that somebody in the media asked Maresca that about Palmer today, and he's like, no, Palmer's
there's some rumors flying about him, actually.
I mean, no, I mean, like that, it is what it is. Like, I mean, like, I mean, even Hazard wanted to leave. Like, granted, that was the best piece of business Chelsea's ever done, and nobody can convince me otherwise, that we sold him at the perfect time and got so much in return for him. Just heaps and heaps and heaps of money on top of money. He had like every incentive bonus, like while he was at Madrid, because they just went on he didn't play. They just went on a great run, and he was there, and so he kept getting bonuses.
That's pretty good.
It was great. But like even the very few, like Drogba, he left and he came back and he left again, and
man, if Jose hadn't come back, Drogba would have never came back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. Lampard left, went to City. He went to NYFC.
These guys were a little older though.
True. Valid. Yeah. True. That is a fair point. I mean, like you look at Hudson,
like to lose a talent like Palmer, who could literally be a Hazard if you wanted to stay with the club for like 7 or so years,
for sure,
and like actually fill some, or like kind of be like, for as nerdy as he looks, kind of like be this poster of like really good business that Chelsea has done. Like finding some unsung talent. Like Palmer is your poster child for that. And like
he's the poster child for your freaking model.
Yes, he's the one that has come good, but you got him out of the City farm system. And like it wasn't just some take a chance on a random 18-year-old like from somewhere around the world. But I mean, and granted, I'm like, we got Esteval waiting in the wings, right? Like that's going to be
our savior. Our savior's coming next year.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one to watch. Like he's going to be awesome. But like not everybody's doing that, and so man, I don't know. Like I just think the mentality around the club is really poor right now. And it has been for several years. But that's the thing, right? Like, I don't want to get into all this either, but I'm going to bring it up anyway, so maybe we will. But like at the end of the season, you and I were never Poch fans. Like there just is something. It's going to be really hard to embrace. Even when Rafa Benitez came in as like a caretaker manager for the club a while back, like it's going to be hard to embrace like a rival manager to that caliber that's known as a legend at another team,
right?
Coming in and like taking Chelsea to new heights.
And then literally said, like in his first press conference, he wants to get back to Tottenham.
Yeah.
It's like
that was fireable then.
Exactly.
He wound up doing a decent job at the end of the season. And why I was advocating for him to stay was, like, if we build some solid foundation football that he was building at the end of that season, then he could have made the job a little more.
Yes.
Because even when he was in that job, and I would say the job still is, it's toxic. I would use the word toxic here. The job was very toxic when he was in it. And he took a lot of shit from Chelsea fans, rightfully so, because he's a freaking Tottenham guy. And he's at our club and in our locker room, and that just doesn't sit well with me.
No.
But my reasoning for him staying was there was a lot of goodwill that had come out of those last few games, that last little run that had got us kind of in contention for some things there towards the end. And put us into the situation that we are now, that Maresca earlier in the season was benefiting from when he was able to fully rotate the team in a lower tier European competition. But like, if Poch had stayed, then maybe we go after like a bit bigger of a name or more seasoned, proven coach.
Yeah.
The next season, coming up this
after
season, coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, we decided to pull another Potter and give this guy who's relatively, like, he's completely unknown in the Premier League and just got Leicester promoted. We gave him 5 years, man. Stupid. And like, of course he hasn't felt pressure all season. He thinks he has a 5-year contract because he's stupid.
Yeah. He knows he's getting paid either way. Like, he's getting his money.
He is going to be the really horrible Italian manager. That's how I'm going to always remember. Like, we have had some amazing Italian managers in the past, and he is going to blow this streak that we have with getting some really awesome Italian managers. And I don't know. I have soured on Maresca. I have knocked Maresca out. It's like late in the season. We never wanted him in the first place, so we can always hold to that. But like, I was at least on board with some of the stuff he was doing. But like, it is totally like, once it went off the rails, he has no answers for this. He has no answers for the impending train crash, kind of already there. And I think he kind of sucks.
Well, here's the thing. Like, Leicester fans warned us about this, and we talked about this on this.
You're right.
About how he plays a boring style of football. He doesn't change. His subs suck. Yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Here's the thing. When he was in the championship, he went on a bad run with Leicester too. But in the end, he was able to get Leicester out of it because Leicester was just that more freaking talented than a lot of teams in the championship. So Chelsea is the Premier League. The gap is a lot closer. Like, even between the bottom teams and the top teams, like, it's a lot closer. And I mean, like, there's 8 teams right now battling for 4 spots, and there's only really 2 that have claimed a spot right now.
Yeah.
And Arsenal and Liverpool. And even Arsenal are really good at bottling stuff, so who knows? That might still happen. Liverpool's the only one I'm concerned. They're gone. They're just running away with the freaking league.
I think it's
done. Yeah.
Pretty sure. Anything could happen, but like, they're a safe bet, I think.
Barring Salah tearing an ACL, Van Dijk tearing an ACL. The other half of their team tearing ACLs and them having to field nothing but academy players for the rest of the year, they're probably going to be fine. Even then, they might still win it because that's how, like, just the gap is right now. But yeah, to your point about Maresca, and the reason that you want Poch to stay, I think, is a valid reason, because you're now hearing people say, if Chelsea fire Maresca, who will come to Chelsea? Like, why would you want to come to this club? Like, why? Like, you're working with directors of football that don't listen to you. Poch called for experience. I need experienced players. I need this. I need that. Give me experience. And no, didn't give it to him. That was part of the reason that Poch and the board, or Poch left, I think, is because I think it had more to do with Poch was outspoken
Yeah.
And he would just flat out tell them, y'all suck at your job. Give me players that I can actually work with. That was one thing I actually liked about Poch is that he would, he wasn't a yes man as much as Potter and Maresca are. But then even Maresca said, like, I need a striker. And they didn't get him a striker. So, I want to blame Maresca, and I think he is partially to blame for this, but I'm not going to put all the blame on Maresca. And at this point, I just keep the guy because maybe we end up getting Champions League. Maybe we end up doing something next year. Winning the Conference League, going to Europa, winning Europa, whatever. Maybe we can check off some of those boxes.
But Chelsea hope.
I know. So, that's the thing. Is like, and then this job does become attractive.
The job needs to become attractive.
It does, because it's not right now. You're exactly right. Your point about the last year, people are just now catching on to that and saying, well, if I'm Maresca now, but my podcast partner's been saying this for a year.
It's almost like you and I have pretty good insights about this club. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a little wild. It's a little wild.
Is. People just don't listen to us Americans over here across the pond.
Hey, there is something to be said. Like, all kidding aside, there is something to be said about a vibes only podcast. Daniel and I literally have no connections. We watch the games, we read the news, and we literally just glean. Like,
we interpret it. Because here's the thing, audience. The truth is always in the middle. It's never to one side. If you see an article saying one thing and then another article saying the exact opposite, the truth is always in the middle somewhere. It's never on one side of I don't care what bullshit one side says and bullshit the other side says. Both sides are bullshitting you. And you have to sift through the bullshit to get to the shit that's in the middle, which is what we are right now. It's a club. Just a big pile of shit. So
and you and me constantly wade through that shit. We wade through the shit right in the middle. That's where we like to live.
Yeah, we live in that shit.
Yeah, like a couple little dung beetles just rolling around balls of poop.
Balls of poop. So, I'm sorry, guys. We haven't even talked about the damn game. I don't even give a crap.
Who cares?
Who cares?
If you want to see this game, like if you want to see some analysis of this game, just go watch the game before it, and then go watch highlights of the game before it. You go watch highlights of the game before that. You go watch highlights of the game before that, and do that for 9 games.
Yeah,
and you will see exactly what happened in this game.
Mm-hmm.
We are incredibly predictable team, and that's probably part of the problem. Is other people have picked up on it. Other teams have picked up on it.
That's another stat. Maresca is now 2 for 8 in 2 and 8 against teams that he has played twice this year in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And that's all the rest. There it is. He's like you just said, they figured him out. Like, it is not that hard. Like, we don't do anything crazy. Nope. At least this last game, like you said, he tried something, but I'm still why is Goose
we put Reese in the midfield.
We
put Reese in the midfield and we played Neto as a false 9.
Which Neto is a false 9, I don't mind. That I was okay with because he's probably the best option we have at this point.
The dude just hardly ever takes a shot. It's just hilarious that he's the guy. But he's fast. And
he is fast.
He gets his number called up for false 9.
He does.
But Nkuku on the left was a big goose egg. That sucked ass. Nkuku literally has no idea what he's doing now on the pitch.
None. He's lost.
If he's a number 10, maybe. Yeah. But we haven't seen him play that, and he's not going to play it. Sorry, you're not getting that spot. But he sucked on the left. He was
terrible,
absolute trash on the left.
And that's the thing. Why was Tyreek George not subbed in at halftime?
Yes, I know.
Because Nkuku was ass in the first half. Why would you keep him on the pitch?
Yes.
And then you had this whole who was it? Tuchel that tried to play Reese in the midfield at some point in time.
So.
In his tenure, he tried to play Reese, and it just went. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, it's the greatest thing ever!" And it was just terrible, and it was terrible again on this past game.
Man, Reese used to just be such a force down the right.
Yeah,
and he just has a lot of energy, right? He's got great ball crossing ability.
Yeah,
and so if you can let him loose on the right, the problem is he's been injured and he's lost a step.
Yep.
And he's not even really that good at defense anymore. He lost the ball several times. I didn't get to watch the second half. He lost the ball several times in the first half, which is a huge problem we have in the midfield. We lose the ball in the midfield all the damn time. And it is infuriating.
Well, it was like we had a plan to shut off Villa from going through the middle, which is how they want to play. And it literally took Emery 15 minutes to figure it out and make adjustments. And then they were flying after that. And we had no answer. It's like one coach makes adjustments in the game. The other coach just sticks to the same, whatever his tactics are. He doesn't change anything. So it's like.
Unai Emery's always been like a pretty good coach, though.
Yeah, he has.
So, and Maresca just isn't proven to be one right now. Like, this is his first year in the Prem. Like, I think we're really starting to see like a lot of that green. So,
and then let's not discount the fact that the two players that assisted and scored both of Villa's goals are signings they made in January. That's and they're loanies. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're just loans. Like, I don't know about Asensio. I think Asensio's on loan.
The Marcus Rashford loan's kind of a coup. That's a pretty good loan.
Better than the Sancho loan that we have right now, with an obligation to buy.
Yep.
But then again, I mean, they both suck in my opinion. So, somebody put it the other day. Then I thought it was a good point. It's like Rashford is on his best behavior right now, and he's actually trying. Because he understands that he has 6 months to make an impression. And so he's going to be on his best behavior, and you're going to see the best Rashford. And then once he does transfer out of United, he'll go back to sucking.
That's the thing about Rashford. He's always had an upside, and he's never leaned into it as consistently as he should have.
And you see moments of it, but then it's just like it goes away for like 2 months. And
but it sucks to be on the receiving end of the Rashford upside right now. So
we'll probably sign him. Whatever.
we're gonna be in for
potential.
Rashford beat us, so he's on the list.
He's on the list. We've added Rashford to our summer transfer list.
Damn it!
That we'll try to force to play striker.
We're such a stupidly run club right now.
Terribly run. Like, literally, I could go through and give you like. Maybe that's what we should start doing, Jason. On this, we should just start sending emails to Stanley and Stewart about players that we think that they should buy.
Yeah. Like, that's true. On our blog, we should do that.
Yeah, because that's what that's why Wrexham has Paul Mullen right now. Is because somebody tweeted Ryan Reynolds or Rob Macklin. I don't remember which one it was. And it's like, hey, you can go sign this guy.
Dude, if our guys won't even take this protest seriously, which granted, I don't know how seriously you should take the protest, but like, if they're not going to take the fan seriously in general, like, what's a letter going to do? But we should definitely try it. Yeah. I also think we should have like a Chelsea watch list. It literally is like a guy on the team we just played that just destroyed us. We'll do odds now. So odds on us buying Rashford.
All right, odds on us buying Rashford. I mean, like, and then we can do it tomorrow for who do we play tomorrow? Southampton. I'm sure there's some kid that 19-year-old kid on Southampton that we want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For real.
Yeah, protest tomorrow. Go out. I wrote an article on the blog about it, and just did you hear about let me ask you, did you read the blog? Have you read it? I
haven't read it yet. No.
Okay, cool. Perfect. That's even better. Does the word yank offend you?
No. I lost your audio again.
So the quote
here. It's back. It's back.
Let me oh dang it. Here. Let me read to you the quote in the
Is it supposed to be offensive?
Yes. There were Americans that took offense to this. So this is
those people need to get over it.
I know. So this is what it says. It says this is they're apparently they have chants that they want you to do, and it says I don't know what the tune is to this. So, but it's get out our club, boldly and clearly, get out our club. We know who you are. We know who you are. Greedy Yank bastards. We know who you are. And people are like, that's xenophobic. You can't say Yanks.
Get over it.
I'm like,
get over it, man.
You'll appreciate my blog then. Because I tell them specifically, and I quote, to go fuck yourself and go cry a river with Justin Timberlake in the River Thames. That is my quote in there.
We need AI to create this for us.
I'm telling you, that was a milestone moment in this podcast. First F-bomb that's ever been dropped on
That's the first F-bomb on the podcast in 3 years.
3 years. Hey, it took us 3 years. Hey, took us long enough. Maybe we'll...
Dude, okay. Daniel and I are from the South. Okay, I don't know if you could tell by our accents sometimes. We literally call people in the North Yankees.
Yeah.
Like it's not a thing. It's not it's like not it's not even like a
term.
If somebody's getting upset at that, they really have lived a very charmed life.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
Like, don't listen to those people. They have everything they could ever want if that is how they're choosing to spend their time, because no one's upset by that.
Nobody with a rational thought process is offended by the word yank. And there were people on X and Reddit arguing about it the other day, and there were some British people
themselves off to their own misery.
Yeah, there were like British people like, that's offensive. I was like, no, it's not offensive. Just keep saying it. It's legit. What you're saying is true. They're yank bastards.
I would chant that with you.
I would too. So
because we're American doesn't mean we like every American. Yeah. Like that's not how it works.
There was a podcast out there who specifically said, we do not want American owners at our club. A Vibes podcast that said that.
I guess we're xenophobic.
Because we don't want Americans as owners of our club.
Definitely not American investment firm bros.
Exactly.
Like, dude, keep your money out of this shit. Go somewhere else.
American investment firm bros are peak douchebaggery in this country, and the exact people that I do not want to hang out with or do not ever want to see run a football club. Like, no way.
Get out of here.
And I mean, that's the thing. And that I wrote about in that article, and that was the thing about the protest is it, I'm on board with it. Protest. You have your right to say whatever you want to do whatever you want to. That's part of being a fan. You have a right to vote because you're the one that pays for the club's bills. You're the one that pays for the supporters. The fans are the reason that the club exists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if it wasn't for the fans, the club would not exist. And that's
they're just taking advantage of us.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what they've forgotten. They forgot that they're just merely caretakers of the club. So, but I did put a caveat in the article saying it's not really going to make a difference because they don't care. The model that they have is making them money. So they're not going to change the model, and they can't sell it for 7 more years. So it's like, I get it. And I'm on your side, and I support the fans going out there and saying whatever the hell you want to, because that's your right. And that is, you have every right. And if I was there, I'd be out there saying with you. Because I hate this. Clear Lake. I hate Iqbali. I hate Boley. I hate these directors. I hate the whole thing that they've done to our club.
Yeah.
But we're just sort of screwed right now.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. We're just screwed. So, it is what it is.
I completely agree with you. I just say we end on a down note.
Yeah, let's just make predictions. Let's make end on a down note. Let's make predictions for tomorrow, Jason.
Oh shit! I forgot about this part.
Yeah. So, predictions for tomorrow.
Dude, the last time we played Southampton, we won 5-1.
Yeah, that was at Southampton. They are the worst team in the Premier League.
Yeah. We better win.
Look, these next two matches, like I said, like you're playing Leicester and you're playing Southampton. You have to win these next two matches, and they're at home.
We play tomorrow.
We play tomorrow. 2:45. I'm going to be at work, and I'm pissed. First match I've missed all year. Not happy,
man.
And I'll get to go get my Whataburger and sit in front of my TV and watch it and eat my Whataburger.
Dude, that's so sad.
Yeah, I know. It is sad. It's depressing. So I'm ready.
I guess.
And just FYI, Jurgensen is starting to goal tomorrow. Maresca said that today. So I don't know if that changes your prediction or not.
I'm a lot more confident with Jurgensen back there, even though we're losing.
I mean, I don't even care at this point. Like somebody made a point the other day, like you might as well put Bittinelli in there. I was like, might as well. I mean, he can't do it.
I want Caballero to come off the bench, man.
Yeah,
get Willie out there.
Exactly, something. Anybody. Both these guys suck. They both suck. So whatever.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Cool.
I'm going. This is gonna be a dumb. This is dumb. I'm being dumb. Here we go.
All right. 3, 2, 1. 3-1 Chelsea.
3-2 Chelsea. Oh, okay. I almost went 3-1.
Okay.
I like this new thing. It's like my heart races right before we do prediction every time.
Hey.
So you are 3-1. I'm 3-2.
Yep. Both predicting wins against the bottom of the table.
I should have went 3-1. I knew it was.
How brave are we?
Man. Yeah.
Dude, no. I mean, the thing is, we might lose tomorrow and it wouldn't shock me. That's the thing.
Same.
If we now, here's the question. Before we wrap this up, just you don't have to go into detail. If we lose tomorrow, do you fire Maresca?
No.
Okay, cool.
Do you?
How many more matches would it take you to lose? I think he
needs to finish out the season. And I think we need. Need 13
matches left.
Yeah. I think he needs to finish 12, 13. Yeah,
we lose every one of them. You're still like riding the Maresca train.
Who's coming in? There's nobody. Nobody's going to turn this around.
I mean, you're right. I mean,
I just don't. I say let the season be the season. I have no hope in the season, especially if we lose tomorrow. I have literally no hope in the season.
We had no hope. The thing is we had no hope in the season to begin with.
I was thinking we could be fourth, and we stayed around in fourth for a while, but it's pretty bad now. I don't think I can say definitively.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if we would have won this weekend, or we would have won the weekend before,
we're only a point off.
We would be sitting a point off a third right now.
Yep. No, you're right. I mean, we're still only a point off a fourth. It's still possible, but I will wait till tomorrow. I don't know. Let's see how the team bounces back, but they haven't bounced back in 9 games. So there's like a win or two in there. But
I mean, these should be 2 wins. So let's go with that.
Let's see.
But all right. Anyway, I guess tell these people where they can find us, Jason, and we're good.
We're on X. Ooh, said X. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Threads, I think, and we're on Substack. I need to write some stuff on Substack. I've been saying that for 3 years. I got to help Daniel out.
Won't be this week.
No. I got work sucks this week. I almost didn't even make it tonight. So Daniel's very gracious. Everybody should give Daniel, all of our listeners. We need a name for our listeners, by the way. We need
come up with one. I know.
Our blue ballers.
Yeah, the blue ballers. I was going to say something with blue ball. The blue ballers. To all our blue ballers out there.
Blue ballers out there. Y'all really need to give Daniel his due. So, yeah. It's a little wordy, but it still works.
It'll work.
Yeah. But anyway, Daniel was like the true hero of this podcast, and I would just like to say that I'm the one who makes it difficult all the time. But to Daniel, I'm out of beer, but I cheers you, sir. But anyway, one day I'll help out a little bit more, but not this week.
Not this week.
But yeah, you can find us on all those things. We've made it easy for you. You can find us at Red White Blues FC on all the things. Yep. It's the same.
Right down there. Read it. We're also on YouTube at Red White Blues FC. So like, subscribe, whatever. We're on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast at these days. And due to Jason's work obligations, unless for some reason his employees just decide not to work again tomorrow night, we probably will not have an episode the rest of this week. We'll be back next week. But anyway, until next time. We'll catch you guys and gals on the flip side.
Yo, Cliff, let's go drinking. Flippity floppity.